is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirts, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade basketball analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis coming to y'all with a video. Kyle Lowry, I'm sorry for you Toronto fans. I watched the game and I seen that if Kyle Lowry would have just made 2 threes, at least 2 of them, even if he would have made 1 of them, I think the Raptors win that game because it would have gave them a cushion after they had went down. Kyle Leonard hits the step back 3, hits the fadeaway jumper. Kyle Lowry had ample opportunities to hit a wide open 3 multiple times. That just including just the fourth quarter. And if 2 of them fall, they win that game. But Kyle Lowry just was so lackadaisical. His defense wasn't that great. His playmaking just wasn't there. It's like Kyle Lowry is like a completely different person. I know you look at it and say he had 8 assists, but he could have did a lot more considering that he played 34 minutes and they relied a lot on Siakam. If you're the all-star on this team alongside Kawhi Leonard, you can't go 0 for 7. And I just firmly believe that. But we all know that Kyle Lowry has a history of, flopping in the playoffs. And I told you this the whole season. I like Kawhi Leonard. He delivered yesterday. And even though he missed the shot to tie, he had a couple seconds to get off a quick shot. And he basically had to throw it up. He couldn't really make that shot legitimately without even seeing a clear shot at the basket. And when he did, he had to throw it up. So I'm not going to excuse Kawhi Leonard, but he helped them, even when they went down, stay within the game. I personally felt that Pascal Siakam, he was asked to do a lot for this Raptors team. They really needed him a lot. And I felt like, where's Serge? Where's OG? Where's Marcus Gasol sometimes throughout the game? He missed a couple shots. And I'm not saying that you got to play perfect, but this is the playoffs. You work so hard in a regular season to get an easy seed. You get the second. They had an opportunity to get first. They have lack of chemistry because everybody was injured and they didn't really get a chance to play that much together. So I understand that. But you have to give credit to the Orlando Magic for hanging in there, giving them separate opportunity to steal and win the game, which they did, and having the confidence that they can compete and beat them. They could have laid flat. They could have gave up. They could have said they better. We await the next game. But they kept fighting. And that's what I wanted to see out of the Raptors. I wanted to see the Raptors be more urgent. I wanted to see the Raptors be more dominant. I wanted them to go out there and just show that they're the better team. And I feel like the Warriors did that. I feel like it was even with the Bucks, they came out and punched the Pistons. You gotta let these teams know you're not trying to play. You gotta let these teams know that you're the real deal, because the more confidence they get and the more they see holes and weaknesses, the more they feel like they can win. And DJ Augustine said it himself. Once he knew what Marcus Gasol was going to do, he had the confidence to get the shot that he wanted. He got the shot that he wanted. He knocked it down. People think I'm crazy, but I tell this to everybody I know. You sleep on NBA players. All these players can play. They might not all be able to do the same thing, but they're in the NBA for a reason. I don't care if they're the 9th man, the 10th man, or the 12th man. All these players in the world can play. Even if you look at the G League, most players I know can't even make it to the G League level. And those players are a combination of ex-NBA players, some of the best college players that didn't translate into the NBA. So you got a lot of talent on this Raptors team, and you expect more. And that's why I really wanted to see what Kyle Lowry was going to do and what the others was going to do, because they are going to be the key to them getting to the finals. If they really want to get to the finals, they're going to need multiple effort from everybody. They're going to need Kawhi Leonard to play better defense and attack more. They're going to need Kyle Lowry to be a stunt defender, because he's guarding DJ Augustine and other guys that he's way better than these guys, and they play better than him. And that's a shame. But Kyle Lowry, he knew that they haven't won a game one. He knew that they're trying to keep Kawhi Leonard. And he comes out there and have a performance like that. That's unacceptable. and it really is. And I feel the same way about a couple other players on this team. I'm just in utter shock that they ended up blowing a game one to the Orlando Magic. I'm not saying like the Magic are trash; they're respectable, and you got to put in consideration that Vucevic wasn't even having a great game. Honestly, Vucevic wasn't even playing his best basketball at that point in the second and third quarter. And you should have been able to just finish this team right then and there. And they just hung around, continued to believe in the system, continued to play hard, and next thing you know, they end up with a W to a team that people thought that was going to sweep them. So you have to give credit to the Magic for at least knowing for sure they're not going to get sweep. And going into game number two with Steve Clifford and the team and the system that they have intact, they're going to come out knowing on a high level of confidence that they already won. They're going to feel like they can repeat their performance, and they have, confidence now that they can beat the Raptors. And that's not what you want. You want to put fear in your opponent. You want to break your opponent, and you really want to go out there and damage them. And I feel like Orlando did more of that than Toronto. But I don't think it's that time to panic for the Raptors. There's only one game. They still got three more games before Orlando can win. Plus, they got, three games at home that they can still win, and they have a chance of still in Orlando. I personally feel that I'm just mostly disappointed because they had every opportunity to steal this game, and then they ended up finding a way still to lose this game. This is a game that Toronto should have lost because they didn't have the urgency. They didn't play well defensively sometimes, and I feel like they could do a lot more. And I feel like Orlando just stayed put. They stayed grinding. They stayed making it gritty, nasty, and ugly and slow, and it worked. But Toronto, this is one of those W's where you're going to regret not going out, especially if they win three. Say if they win four in a row, this is a game that you wish you would have just swept this series and got prepared to go against a tough series against whoever wins the Philly series, which they had throw up some bull too. So I think that the Raptors got a lot of stuff to figure out. I think this series is going to be good for them because they get to figure out more of their lineups, figure out who plays well with who, and it allows them to see what direction and what type of style do they really want to play since the injuries really hurted this team at the end of the day because they didn't play that much together. And Kawhi Leonard doesn't play back-to-backs. That's something that he's going to have to get over in the playoffs. And I think they were just saving them for the playoffs and for him and the Raptors to come out and lose game one to a team that shouldn't even have won this game, and you had multiple chances to steal and win this game, it's just unacceptable. But they're in the same position as everybody else. Philly lost their game. Obviously, that hurted them losing to Brooklyn, and obviously, at the end of the day, the Celtics took care of their business. So we'll see what happens in the future. I just wanted to let you know I'm highly disappointed in Kyle Lowry for him to know the circumstances that they're in, knowing how important this game was, especially against a team like Orlando. You have to come out with more fight. You have to come out with more umph. And I feel like they relaxed. They played into Orlando's strategy. They let them get comfortable. They let them get confident. And this is a game that Orlando wanted more. They had more will. They had more fight. And they really pushed themselves to steal this game. They cared more. I feel like Toronto, they didn't really take them serious until the mid third quarter to the fourth quarter. And by then, Orlando was already rolling, and they already figured out what worked and what didn't work. And Vucevic started knocking down shots. DJ started getting whatever he wanted. Isaac knocked down a crazy clutch three, and he's only a young player. He hasn't even been in the league for 3 years yet, and he came up big with that three in the corner. So I definitely want to see how the Raptors handle adversity because it's going to be important if they do win this series. How are they going to handle the adversity? How are they going to come out in the next game? Is they going to come out with more oomph? Is they going to come out trying to blow them out? Is they going to try to take care of home court advantage? This is a game I feel like they should never lost and gave Orlando the opportunity and they took it. And now this is going to be at least a 5-game series because it's Orlando. And I personally didn't think it would go even that far because I thought this was a different Raptors team. I really did think that they was different. I feel like the personnel is different. The GM is more serious. And on top of that, you have better players and you have veterans that have played and won multiple series and made deep runs. And you think that that will help them be motivated, help them be prepared. And the fact that you have a closer in Kawhi Leonard and you have another All-Star in Kyle Lowry, you would think that they would come out differently. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think that this is just a blemish? Do you think that this will affect them in the playoffs? Do you think this is how they're going to approach every game? Do you think they needed a wake up call because they didn't expect to lose to Orlando and Orlando was able to beat them at home? And that hurts. Now teams know that they can beat Toronto at home because they're going to look at what Orlando did, and that's going to make them have the confidence, just like Orlando, to go out there, play their game, play their style, and trust in their system and their defense. And the games are slower, they're more physical, they're more grindy, and you don't get as many free throw calls. And that doesn't favor the Raptors, who are, more of a shooting team. So I definitely want to see what's going to happen with this team, and what happens with Kawhi Leonard. He seemed disappointed, but they can still have a time. They still have time to fix this before they get out of this round and try to make a deeper playoff push. But it's only going to get harder after this round. So their execution, their defense, their perimeter shooting, and their interior defense, they're going to have to come ready to play, because you don't want to play that way against Philly. You don't want to play that way against Milwaukee or even Boston. You want to have your best, lineups, your best strengths, your best power plays. And this is not what we wanted to see out of Toronto. And they're going to have to wake up and smell the coffee and get right back to the drawing board, because this game has been already through a monkey in the wrench. So it's funny seeing that they ended up doing the tradition of not winning game one, and they was able to do it even with Kawhi Leonard on his team, who has a great playoff record. They still faltered, still failed, and still wasn't able to close out against the number 7 seed Orlando Magic. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description in the comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description in the comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Thanks for everybody that likes on Facebook. Thanks for everybody that checks out the website and check out my Facebook, likes the videos and comments on YouTube too. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for everybody that's been buying merchandise, whether it's hats, shirts, whatever. I enjoy the support. I'm thankful for the support, and I'm blessed to have you guys as supporters and fans. Also, I make videos just like this: playoff predictions, summer league, draft, free agency, buyouts, trade deadlines, rookie breakdowns, tribute breakdowns, and even regular discussions. And we have more playoff predictions coming as the series go on. So if you love basketball, you love the NBA, my channel is all NBA, all basketball. I love making these videos. That's why I continue to go. And you guys enjoy watching. That's another factor why I continue to go. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis, I'm gone. And let me know what you guys think about the Raptors blowing game one, Kyle Lowry performance, and how you think they'll bounce back. Not only how they think you'll bounce back, is this a wake-up call for them to play harder, to do more, and come out with more urgency as they prepare to go into the second round if they make it, and go against tougher teams as the playoffs continue to unfold. If you want to get to the finals, you want to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, you have to play and do better than this. But then again, Philly lost their game 1-2, so they're in the same hole as Toronto.